was just determining which people we wanted to get back to work first. What do you got?
Okay, our new software for our Canvas system is being installed today, and they're gonna do training for 2 days. And I'd like to be able to close the office for those 2 days because it's gonna start in the morning and go all day. And just trying to, learn something new and be interrupted, especially with it being brand new.
Right.
I'm just kind of concerned, so I'm just asking for permission. It'd be August the 11th and 12th is the 2 days.
I'm okay with it. Yeah. I would, if you don't mind, put a sign up
I will,
so people
yes,
can
and
get
I'll let
prepared.
the local people, like the attorneys and the researchers, let them know ahead of time.
Right.
And that way they'll know.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
Because I know every time they throw something new at me with computers and stuff, you got a 20-year-old telling you it's a piece of cake.
Mhm.
It's not. Okay,
Okay.
you're right, that was
Okay,
easy.
Thank you.
All right, Reed. You guys want to back to work? So this is the ambulance bid for, I think we advertised the next 3 years, right? With a 2-year to extend, if both parties agree. Are they both the same?
Copies, yeah, the one on your right hand are just copies for,
Oh, okay.
for all commissioners.
Sure. So the bid is for $550,000 per year, contract term to go for 5 years, fixed annual cost, no inflators is what, and thank you for summarizing that.
Absolutely.
I mean, sometimes it takes 12 minutes
I didn't want to have to
to
dig through it, yeah.
find the bottom line.
Is everything the same as far as amount of units on holidays, same holidays, same
Yeah, so,
increase of unit?
so our plan would be to maintain what we've done for the past several years. With the addition of, we're currently looking at, and I probably know, we've purchased a property south of town to build a station and potentially include county services if needed in that space. And operationally, we would like to move a second truck to that location once we have space for a second crew. That will operate not necessarily under the contract terms, however, it will be one of our interfacility transfer trucks, which will provide backup items when they're here and available, which is what we do now, but they come from either Fayette or Wayne County, so it would be here instead.
Okay. Okay, we are one commissioner short today. I motion we move, table this till the next meeting.
All right, you guys
Is
understand,
that-
we need the third.
We need the third vote here to spend $500,000.
Especially since I usually abstain since I'm a Reed employee.
Absolutely.
Do you guys have any questions for us or comments on how things going in the county with our relationship?
Well, I just want to take the opportunity just to thank you guys for allowing us to provide the service to the community for the past several years. Previously, and the bid specs for this year as well are to provide an advanced EMT level service, and we provided paramedic level service, and our bid is going to continue that service for the next 5 years. As we were as I was prepared for today, I decided I'm not going to prepare talking points. I was going to talk off the cuff and from the heart because I actually care about the community. I worked here in the Rural Metro days, which has been some time now, and of course now I'm leading the service. And first and foremost, Liberty Fire Department, College Quarter Fire Department, Union County Sheriff's Department, Liberty PD, dispatch phenomenal professionals to work with. Their professionalism, their dedication to the community, their competency, it's just very, very impressive, and it's really helped us do our job and serve the community well. As you guys know, we provide backup services to our unit down here, and that primarily comes from Connorsville. When Connorsville's not available, it comes from Richmond. Our Richmond backup's not available. Our 911 truck, recently, we just had a delivery last night, early this morning. And we've really elevated the care to the community, and that's been a good thing. Reviewing the runs, we provide 911 services for the entire county, in Wayne County, excluding the city of Richmond. And that equates to about 2,000, a little over 2,000 911 calls compared to roughly 600 911 calls down here. But you have the sickest patients down here.
Yeah.
I don't mean that to say this community is unhealthy. I mean it to say that this is an American, hardworking, farming community, and they call us when they actually need us.
We talked about this. It's like a gentleman like my father who will have a cough for weeks and just think it's allergies, it's soybean dust, it's whatever.
Absolutely.
And then they end up in the hospital with pneumonia.
Absolutely, yeah.
But I'm proud to be from this community that
Yeah.
doesn't run to urgent cares with
Absolutely.
with a rash or something I can buy at Kroger. So I'm gonna put you on the spot because we talked with the Vice President Misty about building out there.
Yeah.
And they were wanting like a commitment. Do you know, have they established, and I know Reed's timelines are about like God, I'll be back soon. Do they have a time frame in mind with this contract to build out there?
The direct answer to that is no.
Because I mean, they've had the property for 3 years and
Right.
they haven't even surveyed it.
Right. I think the conversation that we've had is, do we want to build? Absolutely. But we want to make sure that we're going to be in this community for
Right.
longer than, at that time, 2 years, right? Because the contract did through. However, I will say that one of our goals for the end of this year was to solidify our plans for stations, both in Union and Wayne County.
Yeah.
And I've put together a committee of our employees, and we've moved forward in the past several months dealing with some designing companies, looking at stations much larger than what we actually need, but looking at ideas and what's out there.
Right.
And so we have a pretty good idea of what we want for down here.
Right.
I think we're still committed to, if needed, we can come to an agreement to adding dispatch down there. I know they're in a very
Right.
tight space where they're at now. So the only time when I do have is, hey, we're planning to have something in place by the end of this year.
Right.
And we're making good progress towards that.
And then in Misty, just so you know this, because it started with Ryan, the
Mhm.
discussion about putting dispatcher out there.
Yeah.
So the tentative verbal agreement we made that Misty said was still okay is we will pay for the additional square footage to house our dispatcher. One time, that's it. There's no rent. We're just gonna get that space for what it costs to build it, which will free us up the jail space to put in a medical room that the state says we need.
But we're not, I mean, that's an offer on the table. We
Yes,
agree
yeah,
to that.
yeah, it's just an offer. Who knows, they could change their mind and say, we're not
Yeah.
gonna do it.
Right.
But, I mean, I've been on the,
As well as we could.
yes, and I've been on the fire department for 20 years and been through, I think, 4 or 5 ambulance services, and Reed's the best, you know, and I'm not just saying that
Yeah.
because I can find you tons of problems that I don't agree with Reed, but the ambulance service, you guys are better than the other.
Well, I can sure tell a difference in the amount of phone calls
That's
from
true, too.
upset citizens, taxpayers.
Well, I want to include it. I don't want to take up much time, but I wanted to kind of finish what I was talking about with that in regards to that specific. Because you don't necessarily see that back end of things, like how sick are these patients, right? And roughly 80% of the patients that we're seeing down here are paramedic level ALS. They need paramedic level knowledge or skills, and probably about 15 to 20% of those are, I would say, life-altering or life-saving things that we've done. This very crew and myself, in fact, a couple years ago, was on my way home, my personal vehicle from the station, and a call came in just north of town, and
The short road.
yeah. And
I was there.
we saved that guy's life, right? And because he got a couple paramedics, in fact. We've been able to provide up to 5 ambulances in this county when we had the trees fall at the campground. We've had some pretty significant calls. Again, I talked about the Great Bend Rescue again, where I was there, and we had a lot of interoperation between other departments. And then early morning delivery of a baby, so all of our paramedics are now certified in neonatal resuscitation. We have a pediatric patient locally in the Brownsville area who has some significant medical issues that we honed into. We've met with the mom. She's come to our employee meetings, so we developed a care plan. So we're really dedicated to this community, to providing the best service, and this community really does need and deserves a paramedic level service. Yeah, absolutely. This is our on-duty crew currently, and like I said, it's not
Sometimes
more-
if like another crew covers us and we see an address, I'll call and say, hey, this person's really sick, just a heads up, this is what they need. And our other crews are very receptive to that. I'm like, I don't say names, I don't give a HIPAA thing, I'm like, this is just a heads up, this is what they need. And it's just a continuity of care.
Well, and as far as the fire department goes, if you guys ever get there before us, feel free to say like continue but slow your run, or, you know, with the sheriff's department switching to that 800 frequency, we're only hearing one side of the conversation.
Same with us.
Can I build off on that?
Sure.
Are you okay if we called for additional fire?
As long as you know
Atomic
it's
fire?
On a fire?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
If you can get there, so like me as a firefighter, if I got there, I would say, depending on situations, flames showing in the second floor window.
Yes, I've called for a tanker before. So I
Right,
just wanted to
dark
make
black
sure
smoke
that was
rolling out from
okay.
underneath the eaves.
Mhm.
You know, I don't want to put anybody in danger, but like, don't bother opening the door.
No.
Because
No.
you're gonna give it oxygen, it's
Oh,
gonna
yeah,
make it tougher,
yeah.
but yeah.
I've just shown up
And
and
we'll try to
called
do the
for-
same for you when we get there.
Yes,
you know,
yes, and we
just-
appreciate that.
and-
I've just called for another department for a tanker because I knew you were gonna need one.
And I think eventually, in speaking with the town, the county's probably gonna have to go to the 800 because the town's gonna do it too, so we're all gonna be on 800.
Yeah, so I wanted to speak a little bit to that, and this illustrates just our crew's dedication to this community. You know, it's sometimes embarrassing for me because I'm not always down here. So I come down, and I'm like, I'm not really sure this patient or that patient, and they're like, you're the boss, you should know. I'm like, well, I've got 70 employees and 8,000 calls a year, but, you know, coming back to the phone calls you'd received in the past about other services, we're not perfect, I will say, right? We've had issues.
Mistakes are gonna happen.
But I've directly dealt with those issues and we've remedied them. I know Ted has even called me with issues, but very few over the past several years.
Yeah, there is few.
We are prepared to move to the 800 system. We operate in Wayne County without Harbor trucks. We're ready to move over to that whenever that happens. But in the end, we're here. We're ready to provide the service for many, many more years at the same level and above.
Well, I don't have anything else.
I got
other
a
than-
question.
Yeah, go ahead,
Yeah.
Jeff.
So, walk me through this. So you get a call and you get dispatch. You're going to 400 South P Ridge. How do you get there?
It's a good question, and we've had some issues with the navigation in this county.
Well, and that's why I'm asking the question, because you're looking at the guy who does that.
Yes, absolutely. So I'll tell
We
you,
have 2 addresses that,
we had one fairly recently. So to answer your question, we have map books that we've gotten from the county that we've had in place for several years.
Map books from the county?
That we so map books we put together. So
Oh, that you've put together. Okay.
Yeah, we've
I don't
taken-
know of it.
We've gotten like maps of the campgrounds and various things we put in there, as well as the map of the entire county that is in our, actually in a book, a folder that we put together, so our map book. And then I know the crews talk to each other if they run into issues where they've gone to a scene and it's not where they thought it was going to be, and of course we rely on GPS as well. However, we did have an issue recently, and at the time when we first were awarded this contract, we looked at using an app that was GPS based. It wasn't internet based, but it wasn't any better than anything else essentially. But there was an address north of town, northeast of town. I can't remember what road that is.
off of Kitchell.
Kitchell, that's right. Kitchell and the north-south road is.
Stone?
I'm sorry.
No, it was a numbered road.
It was a numbered road.
A
Yeah.
numbered road.
It's,
But anyways, there's an address right there at that T, and all outside resources say it's Kitchell.
Down here.
Say it's
sends-
Kitchell Road.
Yes,
It's
and it
really.
sends you way down
It's
here.
really.
Well, that's what
Yeah,
I
know
was-
exactly where. I
That's
know
exactly where I was
Yeah.
going with this,
Yes,
and,
sir.
I
and
know where you're
so,
talking about.
so if you take, we have many addresses in the county. I get these calls all the time. Hey, I can't ever get delivery. They put this in Google Maps and it takes them 3 miles from where they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
Well, I can't control Google. The way they do mapping is totally different than the way
Yeah.
it should be done, and they don't care. The same thing with iMaps, all those things are true. Now, what was the name of that last people we had? Who was the last?
Spirit.
Spirit. Okay, so what is actually accurate is our GIS mapping. Okay, not the one you go online and go to that's not it. That's a public viewer type thing. I actually when I put the addresses in, I sign the addresses and save them, it's synchronized. What we did was, there was laptops in those units, and I don't know how to do it, you guys got a lot more trucks. But you put that app on there, and then when somebody gives you, dispatches you, all you gotta do is put that thing in, hit go, it pops it right up and it's flashing at you, just like Jenny gets in 911 when they
Yeah.
call her.
So we have access, and we use that program, the Field Ops program, which is the CAD system that Jenny uses. We have access to that, and it maps us on our trucks.
That should be almost 100% accurate.
And our,
There may be one or two thingies in there, but usually, anytime there's something wrong, Jenny sends me a note, says, hey, we need to look at this address, and we try to go in and investigate and fix it. I was just curious because
so, yeah, well,
that
the-
works.
The issue we have with that
Google
is
not
our
so much.
access doesn't, it's not the full access, it's the app. And so we don't have the mapping portion, like, we have the map, we see the address, but it won't map us to the address. And so when, it does have a feature that allows us to do that, but it takes us to Google or iMaps. And
Yeah,
so that's where we
they're
run
not
into
accurate.
issues.
They're
Yeah,
just not,
so-
especially in rural communities.
Yeah. So the best case scenario, what I've done anyways, is I'll have to just zoom out on that map, on the CAD's map, see where it's roughly out in the county, north, south, east, west, and then, okay, now I see my
Okay.
connecting roads to get there. But yeah, it's been a challenge at times.
I know.
I think it's only happened a few times.
I would like to help somehow, I just don't know how
I
to
would be
help.
interested to find out like that. There's an additional app.
It's not, this is not an app, it's actually a program.
Program?
WTH is who does it.
So we have iPad on it. Would it load to it?
Sure it would.
Okay, well, we'll connect and get that done on all of our
I will
apps.
get hold, the guy's name is Paul Owens.
Okay,
He's our technical contact. I will talk to him about that.
yeah, that'd be
It
wonderful.
worked well for the Spirit people,
Yeah.
but they only had 3 or 4 trucks, so
Yeah, yeah.
they had their own laptops. I loaded the program, got authorization for them, so it worked.
Yeah, that'd be great.
You
Like
guys
I did
are
the same.
different because if we put it in your truck and you guys are out on a run and then they grab somebody from somewhere else, they might not have it.
We get, if it's our truck, we'll do it across the system. So all of our trucks should be equipped with that. Yeah. That's how we do everything as far as,
I'll look into that.
I
Yeah.
just sent you Jacob's contact info.
yeah.
Thank you.
Would you guys sign in too, please, so I can get
Yes.
you?
Should we do
Yeah, the only thing I'd have to say, and I've said it for a couple of years, think about building an urgent care out there at least. for the summer.
I'll pass it along, but it's way beyond my scope.
Close the one in Connersville, you're building $100 million ER, and you'll pick up that park traffic and, take care of all your rashes and poison ivy, bicycle wrecks. I don't have any further other than thank you for your time and service.
Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate all your efforts.
Sure thing, thank you.
It doesn't go unnoticed.
All right.
I love working here.
Great, I can hear that.
She drives an hour and a half.
Really? Move to Liberty.
Move to Liberty. There's a lot of good houses.
Thank you, folks.
Thank you.
They're certainly good with my folks at Southview. Oh,
Yeah, this is Tricia, she's the director of the South.
Oh, we know.
You're probably on first name basis.
Yes,
We are. You can spell my name.
Not your last name, is it, Jenny?
You couldn't spell it before.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
I have to say it out loud. Thank you.
You're welcome. Take care.
Oh.
Mr. Bays? Are you Ralph Bays?
City girls.
I'm sometimes called that.
Well, if you want to, come on up and tell us what you're here for.
I'd rather, more at ease than stands.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm
That's
not
fine.
used to, public addressing, I guess.
Yeah.
I live, and my wife live on the gravel part of West Clifton Road,
Okay.
which is, amounts to about a quarter of a mile gravel road. This spring, how much time have I got?
I've got
Okay,
it.
okay.
Okay.
This won't make it long, but,
Okay.
but in order to, this spring, I helped a guy, I'm retired, so to speak. But I helped a guy, and we was sowing beans up on the Wayne County, Union County Line Road. That's about as good a road as there is around, okay? And it come up thunder shower, and we took the seed beans, was in the truck, we took it down, put them in a barn. He took me back up to get my pickup. I went, I was going to go home because it started to rain. And I was going towards West Road, which is almost to Falmouth. And all of a sudden I heard something. I got a heck of a jolt out of that pickup. There wasn't anything in the road, I thought. So I looked in the rearview mirror, and there's a big black spot in the back in the road. So I backed up. And yeah, there was a big hole in the road, the culvert to give away.
Okay.
Okay? Give me a pretty good jolt. Didn't seem to hurt the pickup, because I guess it was, you know, the front wheel and the back of it just didn't seem to hurt the pickup. So I called my wife, and she called the sheriff department, and I told her to give them my number, and they called me. And anyway, because I didn't want nobody else to run into it.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you, it gave me a jolt, and I just got a fraction of it.
Right.
Okay? About 45 minutes later, there was an officer showed up, and I don't know when the county highway department got there. That's irrelevant. I went on home. I said that to say this. It's about as good a piece of road. I mean, it looked nice, and still is a pretty nice road, but the culvert, oops. Okay. The other day, a couple weeks ago, when I was coming to Liberty for feed, I looked over there at East Clifton Road, which is 27 to where it tees at. I know a guy at Kitchell that needs some medical appointments at Reed. So I took him earlier this summer. I made 3 or 4 trips on that section of the road to Kitchell and back, okay, and to Reed back. That section of road, East Clifton Road, I didn't see anything wrong with it. Okay? And yet, I go from Yankeetown Bridge to Joe Road. Joe Road tees into West Clifton Road. West Road is about 1,500 feet east of Joe Road. That is an absolute mess in there. So I kind of be a simple guy. Why was the money put into East Clifton Road when West Clifton Road is a catastrophe? I guess I need a bigger, somebody explain a bigger picture of that to me or something.
So, I mean, I forget how many miles of road in Union County, and I think we're still going by 4 years ago when they went out and graded them. They went out and graded the roads. And you're not the first person to say, hey, this road's bad. But I also had a gentleman tell me that he had a kidney stone. He drove down Philomath Road, and the kidney stone's gone now because it just jerked it out of him. But anyway, there is far, far worse roads. So,
Oh, there is?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Trust me, I'm on the fire department, and I've been around. And, yeah, there's some where I feel like I've lost my breath when you catch one. But over the last 6 years, I think we've done 13 miles. Am I right? 13 miles of road per year, roughly.
6 out of 7 years.
6 out of 7 years we've done 13 miles, and that's pretty much all we got, as far as money. Every year we do that. And so a mile of road, the last bid we got was $78,000 for 1 mile.
And we're doing it now. I mean, they're in the process now. Now, as far as why that road is, if I told you, I'd be lying. I don't know. Jeff Bowers takes care of that, and I really don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
We can ask.
that just throws me when I pass
Yeah.
by and I was, we got potholes over there. I got them on my phone. I took some yesterday evening
Right.
that we can't seemingly get even the potholes.
So when you were talking, you named about 3 bad places. Which ones do we need to send the county highway out to look at? I mean, you started.
Oh,
you
it would
West
help,
Clifton,
it
you
would
got
help
the Joe-
from West Road to Job Road.
West Clifton or West Road?
West Road. West
West
Road
Road.
tees in from the north on West Clifton Road. Job Road tees in from
Oh,
the south.
I can see it all.
Yeah.
But you started with West Clifton having a big pothole. And then you said something about East Clifton where you picked a guy up. Is
Yeah,
East Clifton got
that's what no, that's fine. That was just redone
East
a couple
Clifton's
weeks
good.
ago. That's
Yeah,
my,
okay.
that's my question. Did that really need to be done? That's my question. Did East Clifton Road really need to be
I
done?
don't know because I wasn't
Yeah.
on it too much before
Yeah.
I saw it. But
Well, I was.
Okay.
I was.
Right?
That's
So
that's the reason why I'm
so
here.
West Road is where you want them to come out and look at.
If it seemed like, I'm not always negative, if it seemed like I'm loud, I apologize for
No,
that, okay?
No, I'm fine with that.
But, and I'm not always negative on the highway department because they came out last week and cleared what we refer to around home as Crowder's Curve.
Okay.
And they trimmed that back, and I called the highway department and thanked them.
Good. That's nice. Thank you.
Because I'm not always negative,
Yeah.
but I would like an explanation.
Well, those people you called to thank, call them and get an explanation.
Because they're the ones.
They're the ones that-
Jeff makes that call. We don't.
They've got all the roads graded.
We employ him to make those decisions, and he does it. But as far as us making that decision, we don't make it.
Because they're out on it 24/7. Like
Now, we can advise him, and if there's a problem, we'll address it, which we will. But as far as sitting down with him monthly and saying, we need to do this, 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 and this, we don't do that. That's up to him. But if there's a problem, then we go to work.
And then the other factor that factors in is, let's say, I'm not saying this, but let's say 350 North was being done at the same time. And East Clifton needed to be done sometime. We get a better price from the gentleman doing the bid if we can have it, the longer the run,
Connecting.
the better. Like if we do 101, old 101, and then we say, oh, we want to do Watt Road too, the bid isn't nearly as good as if they can stay and do like 9 mile.
Let me just be sure, what needs addressed at the moment is West Road to Job Road.
To Job Road, that would be greatly
I'll
appreciated.
take care of that.
And I will say this,
I was just out there not long ago. It's pretty bad.
yeah, I will say this, that Jeff and that crew, anytime I've called them, will usually address the situation in one form or the other. Sometimes they take care of it. Sometimes, like a gentleman was talking about a pothole on the road that's when you come into Whitewater and take a right, Jeff went out there and he told him, he said, I got 26 roads worse than this.
Yep.
So that's my answer to you.
But I will
But we'll get him out there.
I'll address this West Road to Job Road. I will.
Okay.
Yep.
Then I thank you, gentlemen, for your time.
That's
All right,
fine.
thank you for coming
Thanks
in.
for coming in.
Well, it's first time for me,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
thank you, gentlemen.
No
Thank
problem.
you. Have a good day.
Yep.
Get your water.
Oh,
Thank you, man.
definitely gonna need that, although today's supposed to be cool.
Yeah. Okay.
Trish,
Yes.
camera locations meeting room. That's what I got. It says Trish Durst. Hashtag Atkins.
It's fine.
You see council camera, what are you here for? Camera location?
Apparently, one of
Jim?
the council members went to watch the meeting, the council meeting that was recorded, and they couldn't hear it.
Oh, okay.
So Jeff wants to relocate it to where we can and make one where we don't want to have to keep moving it. So we want to come up with where and what.
Yeah, so why don't I take over for this?
Thank you,
I
sir.
love it.
Okay,
Didn't
so,
even know.
yeah, I mean, obviously, we're in our infancy with this.
That's our
So
second
let
meeting.
me start with some rules here, because there seems to be some kind of misconception of what the actual, hold on, give me a minute, let me get out of this hole.
Here, wait, I'll come to you.
I'm coming to other people too, so.
Okay.
This illustrates part of the problem is room. Your board is much bigger than these guys.
I got this.
So I'm gonna give you this so you guys can take a look. I'd like those back, please.
Okay.
If you guys want to keep one, that's cool. Give one to you, give one to you. Okay, so let's talk at the beginning here about what all this stuff is. So it tells you what this applies for. The first thing is this live streaming does not apply. I'm going to sit over here because I want to talk to you two guys too. It does not apply to any executive meeting that you have. That's just like everything else. Public doesn't get that. So that doesn't get live streamed. What it does apply to is executive branch meetings. Commissioners are considered the executive branch in our county. All of their meetings, with the exception of the executive meetings, need to be live streamed and kept. The fiscal body meetings, that would be you guys, county council. Same rules apply. Any governing body that conducts its regular meetings in the same room, so anybody that does their meetings in here, whether it's area plan, parks board, whoever,
Town board.
the town board doesn't do that anymore. They've created their own space
Oh,
down at
their
the
new
garage, and they're
Oh.
doing their own thing down there. So they no longer do that.
Okay.
Okay.
So if they don't hold their meetings in here, we're not required to move the equipment to them. Live streaming transmissions, archived copies of the live stream, those are all saved on our system. And then retention requirements, which is something else that I had questions about. Okay, so 90 days, 3 months worth of meetings have to be kept on our live stream account. After that point, they get deleted. We keep the archived version though that's on the hard drive, we keep for a year. So, at issue was, one of the council members called and was concerned about the viewing and the sound. So this is kind of my attempt today to not make us cost us more money. I don't know until we go back and look at it and get what everybody thinks, but the basic problem is this room is just really not suited for much. So Tyler had given me an idea and he sent me actually a link, and I actually went out and bought that thing because I'll have a use for it somewhere, even if I don't use it here. And that's to mount the camera higher, which I think we're going to do that because this is still not working right.
You're the guy that knows it, but I don't know, can we put it on top of that cabinet?
And you took the backs of half the council.
That's the problem. When I was over there, we saw the backs of everybody over here. And then in one of your meetings, somebody had came up and they were standing right here talking to you
Blocked it.
with their black back. So we saw that back and muffled sound because of the
Oh, okay.
So the options are we put a microphone here.
Uh-huh.
which is doable, or we get that thing up in the air and don't have people, this works. I'm monitoring it as we were doing it, and when we had no problems today with people, that gentleman talking right here, he was fine.
Okay.
It's only when they get up there and block things. So that's really what we're trying to do, is just tweak it to where we can get it to where it's working correctly and make every attempt we can to not spend money on it.
Jeff talked about that. Maybe a table moving, would that help you?
You guys really don't matter.
Yeah, it's the council.
With them, it matters.
I was just looking, we may have enough room to cheat that way and put these all in one line. I mean, I
That's
would
their
leave that up to council, it's your meeting.
It's their call.
And if you want to leave it set up like that, I don't care. I mean, it does make it a little more difficult when you're talking, I mean, it's like sitting at a bar, you know, you gotta lean forward.
Yeah, I think that, well,
We're
you
putting
get
a
it out.
long table, we
I
have
think
4 down there and 3 there.
that if we put the, you already know what this looks like. This is what this thing is.
Okay.
And it's basically, I think if we mounted it up there, I think that would work, because that would put it at an angle where we could see everybody fine. And also, it would probably take care of the sound too, because it'd be up in the air high enough.
You don't think you need the speaker on the table then?
I don't think we need it.
And it's up to you, whatever's easy, I mean, I appreciate everything you do. If
I
it's
don't,
easier to
I
put a
don't think
speaker
we, I
here.
don't think we necessarily need it, as long as someone's not got their back to it,
Okay.
blocking it. And if it's in the air, it might eliminate all of it.
Right.
Next meeting, I will have that thing mounted and we will try it out. How's that?
Okay, good. I'm fine.
You guys good with that?
Perfect.
And we're all good on what means that we're straight on that now?
Yeah.
It's really you two guys.
Right.
You two are,
And you already took care of College Corner, you told me.
I did.
So, and then
That's
so.
all I'm doing there. I'm helping them too. They got a whole different set of problems there.
I guess my question would be then, is the health department gonna have their own, or don't have to worry about it since they're not meeting here?
They're not meeting here. They're not required to, unless they
Okay.
meet where the equipment is. I mean,
Okay.
we're not required to put more equipment in.
Yeah.
There's also some other things in here I wanted to point out too. If a technology failure disrupts or prevents the governing body or public agency from live streaming, recording, archiving, or maintaining a copy, this does not prevent the governing body from conducting the meeting,
Okay,
validity of action taken, violate this chapter or any statute concerning retention, preservation, or production of public records, or subject any person or entity to civil or criminal liability.
all right. So it's
Because
broken.
everybody asks me, oh, we're gonna get in trouble. Well,
No, you're not.
as long as we're making a good faith effort, I don't think that's the case.
All right, yeah.
You said you wanted it back.
Please.
And then, yeah, if you would ever happen to not be here, and Howard and I couldn't figure it out, we're not.
Oh,
when
I'm done, there will be a procedure, right here, step by step on how you do it. And that's what I've done with West College Corner, and Judy does it, and we've had no problems, so I think we're good.
Okay.
Thank you, Jeff.
You got something?
I did. I had a guy come in my office. There's a thing called Courtside Ministries. I Googled them, I looked them up to make sure this wasn't some crazy. Started by an attorney in Colorado years ago. They want to put on our courthouse yard from time to time a booth, for lack of better words, a table with stuff on it, the days of weather permitting and da-da-da-da-da. Telling you about the ministry, calling people to this, to that. Their claim to fame is that people going in and out of courtrooms and those kind of things need that. And they want permission to do that. And I said, well, I can't give you permission, but we can or cannot, so it's up to you.
Yeah, I mean,
Everybody else, if they want them to be there, I didn't.
right, I mean, we had the protests this week on the grounds. We've had festivals here. We had prayer for the nation in the gazebo. I mean, I would encourage them to call the courthouse to make sure it works the day that they're wanting to do.
Well, I mean, I don't think it would involve anything, it's a table and a couple of chairs. I don't think it's
The
gonna.
other thing I'd say is, oh, they're wanting to hit the court.
No.
Because I was gonna say,
They
I'd
won't be-
say, check out festival
No,
time.
they won't be in the building. This is-
Oh, no. Did they want court to be, like, they want it Monday through Friday?
I don't think there was
Okay.
a schedule.
Yeah. Okay.
I just told him I'd ask for it, I said yes. Is there a problem?
I don't know.
I'm not pro it, against it.
Does anybody else have this problem?
I'm
I
asking.
mean, we've had people have everything else there, you know. Yeah, I'm fine with
Okay.
When the guy came in our office, he says they sometimes set up on Thursdays in Wayne County, so.
Yeah,
we
they'd
got-
like to do it on court day.
it. Okay.
Uh,
Yeah, it's like, I mean, if it becomes a problem, we'll address it.
He said they stay off the sidewalk because he knows.
I don't believe I have anything else.
I do.
Okay, you go if it's on.
All right. You mentioned we had the protest on the courthouse yard. I have no problem with that whatsoever. No, there's nothing to do about it. That's fine. It's great. It's fine. What about when they hang the flag upside down on courthouse property?
It's,
To me, that crosses a line,
it is a right of free speech,
but you're not speaking.
okay?
It's not speech.
Yeah, I mean, Jeff, you served this country for many years. What's your thoughts?
My thoughts would just be personal. I
Yeah.
know of no
And
law or regulation that prevents them from doing that,
yeah,
burning it.
I guess that's what I'm asking, really. Is
Yeah.
that a,
yep. It's one of those things when I've talked to vets in the past that they went and fought and died or lost limbs for everyone to have their right, whether you agree with it or not,
yeah,
as long as it's peaceful.
yeah, I understand all that, but I'm getting, the part that concerned me was the flag being
Yeah.
upside down on our property.
But it wasn't our flagpole.
It was no, it was not.
Right.
No, and it's, I say our, it's taxpayer property.
Right. Yep. Jeff probably summed it up pretty good. I'd say that,
I don't agree with
you
it
know,
personally.
I probably would, do not foresee myself doing that anytime in the future, but I understand that everyone has that right.
Okay, I just didn't know if there was anything legal or
Not that I'm
anything
aware of.
binding that keeps that from happening. Enforceable.
No.
Okay.
One thing I do have, I got a phone call from a senator. The grant for the bridge, the federal money that we're gonna get for the bridge going across the lake,
Yep.
it made it through and has now gone on to the next stage of appropriations. So he said that it still looks like we could get it, but I don't know if Doge is still running rampant, if the bridge will be affected, but he said it's made it on to where they can discuss it for appropriations. And it's still 2027, so if they tell us,
I thought it was 26.
no, 26 is when I think they do the bid levy, right? I think Jeff would know.
Okay.
I thought construction began at 27.
I'm wrong. I thought it was 26.
Yeah, I probably got this email. What is it?
No, I doubt it. It just came yesterday.
Oh,
This is just an FYI, but.
this is from NDOT.
Mhm.
What, you want to summarize it?
Yeah, so just an FYI for you guys. I'll start this grant in January for 2027, and they're gonna move Rush County and Franklin County under us. And they will remove their commissioners as pass-through.
Okay.
And Union County will be the pass-through for all those counties now.
You just say would or wouldn't.
It removes Franklin County and Rush County commissioners from the pass-through agreement
Okay.
and puts
Yeah.
it all on Union County
All.
because we're the seat of the region.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So,
And the grant you're referring to, is it
5311,
federal or state?
both.
Okay. So I have a question. You know how we go through these federal audits, and when you receive so much money, you gotta do a federal audit, and they charge you how much ever it is, $30,000 a year, between the state and federal audits. Will this make us always probably have a federal audit? And if so, is there funds coming from said counties that you're taking over?
So I meet with him October 9th is what that says in that, and that's one of the things, because it also puts my agency at that threshold as well.
Right,
But the legislative has moved it to $1 million,
okay. Will we
which
get
that's
it?
a minimum, that's federal.
Right,
We're probably,
So probably 2027, that will put us in that threshold.
we're
right.
probably still gonna hit it, but we just, our auditors, we're just going to have the exit conference.
right. But you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
Because you
do,
sat
I
through
do.
those exit conferences
Now,
where we're
this year-
mandated by state statute to have these and federal statutes. And they say, here's your audit and here's your bill for $41,000 for said
Well,
audit.
last year's audit was over 30. But this year, it's going to be significantly less because these auditors
We're here less than 4 weeks.
were less than a month, less than a month here.
Right.
So.
But you see what I'm getting at?
Oh, yeah, I do,
By the
but
time this is all said and done, she's gonna be over 5 counties with how much grant money? And I bet you you'll be over $1 million,
and just as another
at
comment.
least 1 or 2 years.
Just as another comment, they found a couple of findings, and it was due to these grants. They're so complicated in reporting them. We got kind of dinged for reporting too much.
Yeah, but not the transportation grant.
No, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
We
One of them was we
You over-reported.
over-reported
We
They
should
like-
not have reported
state.
receipts.
We shouldn't have reported state
And
stuff.
Yeah, we got
And
one
we,
and the same.
for federal. It was silly.
We got dinged, let me get that right. We got dinged for,
Too much information.
Too much information.
okay.
We were being too forthcoming.
Trish, another question is, what's these 2 counties, what's that gonna do to like, I guess it's gonna mean more vehicles.
I already got it if you want.
Rush County has
Stacy.
8 vehicles and Franklin County has 10. Now, this will be different than what happened with Fayette County.
Gotcha.
They will keep their location, they will keep their vehicles, they'll keep their employees. So what really this is gonna say is that I'll watch their expenses, their income.
So they will be in charge of their day-to-day transactions.
Correct.
Okay.
They will run their own thing.
Okay.
Just makes Union County be responsible for their compliance.
I got you.
Make sure their drivers are compliant, their vehicles are in compliance, their programs are compliance.
So we're gonna literally have to go inspect their vehicles.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep,
And then the money passed through,
yes.
would then, once it's passed through, I'll just use Franklin and Rush, then is it held in your account?
So we did 1 year of this with Fayette County
Okay.
before they removed it completely from the program. And what that happens is that all the money comes through here. And then once we distribute the money to the Council on Aging,
Okay,
then we have 5 days to distribute them a check.
okay,
So then I have to look at my expenses, their expenses, we combine all those. It's just more work on my agency, to
Absolutely.
be completely honest. And then I have to verify expenses because that's a federal, you have to link that through. I have to have receipts for every federal expense you have.
Right.
So,
and
and
that's
then
sort
it
of where
comes
I
to
was
them and
getting
then
at.
Beth gets an email from NDOT that says, this was their expenses, this is what their income is, this is what they're getting reimbursed. The whole check comes to us and then we send it out.
Right, and so what I was getting at is, yes, you are taking on a lot of the duties. You're opening yourself up to more audits, and I just want to make sure that, like, we're not doing this for what we used to get. Like, we're assuming more roles, and I shouldn't say we, there's not a mouse in your pocket, but you are doing a lot more, and so is Union County.
Well, and the whole idea that he's giving me a heads up, I did ask, he wanted to do this year, and I asked him to let me get my feet under me with Fayette County. I was thinking maybe 2028 would be a little bit nicer, but the reason he's doing this is that I feel like some of the compliance and the federal, we've always been really good about being in compliance,
So Rush and Franklin's 26, and you did.
So we'll start building that grant in January. So we'll review expenses and get things ready, which means now I probably need to get some staff on board So that's part of my conversation with him is I'm gonna ask for some more, match, a little higher match so I gotta get some staff on. I mean, it takes a
Right.
little bit more than 30 days to understand the 5311 program.
Right, and so, correct me if I'm wrong, so we're now Union, Fayette, Northern
Rural
Wayne,
Wayne, Rural Wayne,
and Rural Wayne, Rush and Franklin's coming, and then what's coming in 27?
that's coming in 27,
Franklin Rush? is-
Franklin,
Okay,
Franklin Rush.
and is there still one more to come?
Shelby County's
Yes,
on the table, I'm not sure.
that's what I thought, okay. All right. Well, thanks for bringing us up to speed.
Yep, you got a lot going on.
I don't know that I have anything else. And you guys are meeting with Baker Tilly again,
Me here.
coming up.
I've also reached out to College Corner. There's a couple of reasons I need to come, but the second one is they're interested in what that lit distribution is gonna look like, which they should.
Absolutely.
So I asked them to also come to our meeting so that they could be ready.
Right.
I did ask Jason to, so right now he used, his example was EMS and Edit.
Edit, that's right.
So I asked him to mix that up, you know, where different percentages and different, just to give us something to look at, so we can look at an income
Right.
level.
And then,
And I asked him to bring food and beverage tax information as well,
right.
just to see.
I don't know, were you here when I read the bid? 550,000, if that helps you. 550 for the next 5 years, if that helps you to budget. And then I know that part of the consideration was that EMS tax at
Mhm.
0.2%, which would bring in 369,000, I think.
369 right now.
I mean, I like, from being on council, I like the idea of just having a dedicated fund that's not gonna cover all your expenses, but it's one you know going in. And then as far as College Corner and Liberty goes, yeah, if you would do a lit, it would help offset what they were losing in Senate Bill 1. You know, I mean, we
They
can't help
need
the
to come.
school, but we can help them.
And I told a couple of the members, I said, you need to come. I mean, you got a couple things that you need to bring to council, but this is pretty important, you need to come as well.
Right, this
So-
is a major
I mean, I don't know
shift.
how else to get people there, other than, I mean, I probably am sending out 2 emails a week
Right.
in the middle of my own job, trying to say, you need to get here, you need to come. And every person that I walk across the sidewalk, I'm like, you need to be coming to county council.
Right. Now, the other thing that's interesting, so spoke with the gentleman that runs the Indiana Commissioners Association, and now that they've passed this bill, they're looking at communities and figuring out that they can't survive, you know? So they finally got their calculator out, and they're determining that we might need to revisit this Senate Bill 1 because
That's what I heard
it's
as well.
simply unsustainable.
Yes.
And I think, I forget how many counties he told me are raising their taxes. Everybody's raising their income taxes.
What other
to offset
choice
the-
do you
yeah.
give us? You
So
know?
it basically benefited big business, large apartment owners, large people that have 13, 14 houses to rent. You know, I'm assuming they won't pass those savings on to their renters, you know, and then the renters are gonna be hit with an income tax. So,
I can't even imagine what rent goes for in those areas. I mean, rent here in town
Right.
is unbelievable.
I went to conference 2 days last week, and there was one agency that said that they wouldn't even be surprised if a lot of this Senate Bill 1 stuff is
Turned over.
turned over. and
right,
back to
yeah,
what it
that's
was.
what I've been hearing. Well, I don't have anything further.
I do.
Okay.
They were, the DNR was in my office and wanted me to relay this to Jeff. State,
Jeff Bowers, Jeff Matthews?
Jeff Bowers, Highway Department. State has a new program coming out called FLAP, Federal Lands Access Program. Long story short, there's money available for road reconstruction and improvements, not maintenance, something changing. roads that dead into
State property.
state property,
Okay,
which we have some.
yeah.
Mhm.
Off the top of your head, you know how many we got?
4 that I know of,
Yeah.
including Bull Hill.
Yeah. That
Well,
was,
Bill's the first one that popped in my mind.
I can picture that being a whole lot easier to, plow snow down and up if it was paved than
Right.
digging in the gravel at the bottom. Anyway. See, there's, might be Jay Corrington's house, that's one. It's Kenny McCash.
Snake Hill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna give this to Jeff and let him do his thing.
Right.
See if we qualify. If they're not saying he can get it, but there's $4 million there, an estimated total of $4 million is available for the program in the state, so.
It looks like it opens today and goes till November 3rd.
Yeah, so, yeah, right here. So I will get that to him along with Mr. Bays' concerns, and I will call the Portside ministry people.
Vince, you got anything? Nothing broke in the house?
We gotta go to the sheriff's office and look at a
We're gonna go check out a leak.
a water leak. I motion we pay the bills and adjourn the meeting.
I'll second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.